Come along with me as we make this banner by Sweet Meadow Farmhouse. First off, we printed off the pattern from her website on this cardstock that I had on hand, and then we lay out the batting that will go in between. I just cut out the height of the banner flags, and then here I'm cutting out the width of the banner flags. Here I'm just separating both layers so that we have 2 banner flags per rectangle. Then it's time to cut the notch out from the bottom of the banner. Now I'm just sandwiching in that batting layer in between the front and back of the banner flags. Now is when I realized it was a little bit redundant to sandwich them, because now I'm taking the back layer and putting it on the front, right sides together, and then sewing them together so that we can flip them inside out. I should also mention I was doing a 1/2 inch seam allowance on nearly this whole project. Once you finish this step, you'll take a long, skinny object to help turn those corners inside out. I used the blunt edge of a bamboo skewer, and that worked just fine for me. Then you'll lay your letters on top of all of those flags, and you'll start sewing them on. If the letter had an internal cutout, I would start there to kind of baste all of those layers together so that the letter would not stick around as I was sewing the rest on. Once you get done with this, you will bring out your bias tape. I used pre-folded, pre-cut bias tape that I just got at Walmart. You can make your own bias tape, which is usually what I do for my quilts, but this one I had lying around on hand, and so I just decided to use the remainder of it for this project. Now I'm separating each letter 4 centimeters apart, and then using wonder clips to pin on the bias tape so that they don't move when I transition them to the sewing machine. Now you'll bring your work over to your sewing machine, and I just aligned my bias tape with the right edge of my presser foot, which is about a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Now you're at the end of your project, and as soon as this step is done, you are all finished. Congratulations on making your happy birthday banner. Thanks for coming along with me.